We're going to make the right call. I'm going to fade the music down according to EO. And EO is our spirit animal on the boards.
Yes.
We're going to go ahead and pull those all the way down. And there we are. Turn that all the way down. We're sorry. Sorry we're late. We said we're going to be home in 5 minutes. Things got a little crazy. We're on plan Z plus to get this show in tonight.
Yeah.
We're on all of our backup old equipment. It makes you really feel good about investing in all the things that are like, you have to have this, and then it just doesn't work. But it doesn't matter because Tuesday, we're live. The basement's going on. He's Rhett Donnelly.
Oh, thank you for letting me come back this week.
There's a protective screen here. You know, it's how
I
Benjamin,
love being here. Hey, we had some football on Friday night. So
Yeah.
He's Kevin Ricca.
We all know what happened to the camera cable. It was due to Rhett's anus last week. I think we all know what happened. And you know what? No, we'll get that. We'll get past it.
Sure. I haven't eaten in the last 24 hours.
So we may have lost a few folks. Hopefully people will check us out.
Guys. Sorry,
J-Dubs,
sorry.
NES, Tecmo in the house.
Sorry.
EO, Robert Cohen. It's a little bit late in Wales. We don't expect to see HEH at this late hour. We didn't even start. We're an hour late. It's our fault.
Damn it.
Hey.
It was my fault.
I wish I could blame you. I blame you for a lot of things. I'm Ken Marangolo. This is Thank God It's Tuesday, the official Commanders podcast of First Amendment Sports and Hogs Haven. Welcome to all you Hogs Haveners out there. As Red said, we did have a game on Friday night, and it was a game. It won't count towards nothing, but it was a chance to see our guys in uniform. That's always where I like to start. I love when we play in our colors.
Yeah, me too.
We're burgundy and gold. We saw burgundy and gold. It was bright gold. I love it. I mean,
it looked great.
I think it looked. It's not about me hating on the all black jerseys or the white jersey with the whatever pants. Like, it's just so many things that aren't our colors. We have two colors, and we wore two colors the other night. And I thought it looked good.
I thought it looked great too. You know what looked great? A television with burgundy and gold on it without that dude having anything to do with it. But forget about that, because we did. There was burgundy and gold on television. We weren't worried about how we're going to screw it up. It was nice to embrace that for 1 week. Just the visionary aspect of it.
Rain delay. Not used to rain delays in football. I hope that we're never used to rain delays in football. But it was. I don't know. You know what? I felt like I've been waiting for so long, and then you had to wait another hour and 16 minutes. And if I had to hear Chick Hernandez say an hour and 16 minutes one more time, I was like, later on, I was like, Megan, did you just say an hour and 16 minutes? Like, he said it about a billion times when they would go to break and they would do like the teases for the 11 o'clock news, and they'd be like, it was an hour and 16 minute radio. I'm like, okay, come on, guys.
But who's counting?
But who's counting? I know some people who were out of town had to listen to the Browns broadcast, which whatever. I love explaining that. You know, people in my house were like, well, wait a second. Are they supposed to be like this in the tank for our team? Like, aren't they supposed to be neutral? I'm like, that's not how preseason works. It shouldn't be how it works year round. But that's for another show. We looked good. We were playing against. I mean, Cleveland's defense got a lot of ballers on it. They're full of talent, and on offense they have some. I mean, they didn't all play. But
thank God Myles Garrett.
Yeah, Myles Garrett did not play.
and Nick Chubb, for that matter. Like,
yeah,
Nick Chubb.
I mean, for that matter.
No,
that's 1A, 1B.
He might be the bad. Is he the baddest? I mean, he might be the baddest man at the running back spot.
All right. Well,
I mean, it's debatable. I mean, I know there's a couple guys who deserve to be called.
He's certainly at the top of the list for that debate. He is in that. He is in that debate. And
didn't we
Myles
both like
Garrett,
Sony
we don't even
Michel
have to
better?
say. He just retired.
Didn't we both say when he came out in the draft, we were like, "Oh, Sony Michel."
It's all right.
I know.
You're supposed to be wrong about this shit all the time, and we're not afraid to admit that. You're not afraid to give your opinion. We love Sony Michel. He was so explosive in the national championships and playoff games, but guess what?
Gone.
He's gone.
One name.
It's a crazy league.
One name in burgundy and gold. Don't tee it. We'll miss you, T-Strack. We'll see you next Tuesday night. But while you're sitting in that chair, you can't emulate.
Okay.
T. One name, person. It doesn't even have to be the person who impressed you the most. The person you were most excited to see. The person who made the biggest play. The person that made you feel like, okay, we're back.
Jahan Dotson.
Okay, go ahead.
That grab that he made, And Kevin and I were talking about this. The ability to run routes is such a sophisticated part of a wide receiver's ability to play. He has that down year 2. And that catch that he made, it was not just the route, it was the catch that he made. I thought everything was perfect on that play. Hal put it in a spot that only he could get it. He got it when it just makes me fired up for this wide receiving crew. We know about Terry and stuff, but Jahan Dotson, if he can be even better than he was last year, we got 2 dogs running routes for us.
If you run route properly, and if you're like the upper echelon artiste of a route runner in the National Football League, you are by definition unguardable because you end up in a spot you're supposed to be where they're supposed to not be, and the quarterback throws it to that spot. That route was in that spot. It was designed to be unguardable. He puts on, it looks like he's going this way. He's this way. He's spinning. The ball's on the inside. I mean, they said that it was executed exactly the way it was drawn up. I mean, obviously, Jahan put a catch on it, like he does everything. But I mean, it was 90% route.
It's a sweet, sweet science running those routes, and what a gift to a young quarterback.
Yeah.
Having a young receiver that you're going to grow with, hopefully in town for as long as possible. And listen, this isn't Rhett's first on-air scenario today. He was at a closing earlier, and the reason I love Jahan Dotson's pick by Rhett is because he's a closer. Not only did he make the catch,
close.
not only did he finish the catch, he ducked to safety, and found his way into the end zone. And a quarterback throwing the ball to a great route-running closer with hands like Jahan Dotson, that makes all the difference in the world, especially if Terry McLaurin's already out there on the field. This is something that we have to look at and talk about more and more. The Jahan Dotson project this year with EB and how that transpires and how his career takes that shoot forward, like all these other cats that have been catching balls in KC for the last 4 years.
He had a big season even though he was hurt for so much of it, and he still had 7 or 8 touchdowns?
7, tied for the most rookie touchdown receptions in the NFL last year. So if anyone thinks that his sophomore jump doesn't have to be a big one, you weren't paying attention.
Same question, one name.
So
for whatever reason.
Sam Howell.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying he played great or even perfect or even, I thought he was above average. So take that away. Don't forget about it. But his presence, his quick release, how he plays on time, how he plays on pace, how he plays on time, how he gets the ball out. -1 sack early. Watch him get rid of it. We've been watching guys hang on a little bit too much recently. And his arm, his quick release and his arm strength, his moxie, his ability to make plays off schedule and escape the rush, which he's going to have to do, boys. We'll get to that. But he did, and he can. I think we just saw the type of guy that we have. I don't know if we've had a dude like this. I'm not saying good, bad, or ugly. I'm talking about his game, his ability to scramble, his ability to make plays off schedule. That quick release and playing on time, it's only going to get better.
He looked pretty good on the scramble out to the left. Footwork outside of the pocket. You can't teach that, obviously. You come to the league with it or without it.
Well, he came without a ton of proper footwork within the framework of the pocket, but let's not mess with his shit outside of it.
That's right.
Because he came with that ready, locked, and loaded.
He got a first down essentially after contact, which is a big deal. All right, so I'm gonna go with I'm just gonna be the guy who says Josh Harris. Love seeing a guy who just stroked a $6 billion check. Sit in the pouring rain with an unbuttoned jacket, just getting rained on and taking selfies with the fans and sitting in the front row behind their team in the most meaningless moment of football in his ownership tenure.
Maybe not.
Well, so far, I mean, it's the only.
It was
one.
the first time he rolled up into the bleacher seats as the owner.
It's the only football experience in his ownership tenure. But that, being. I mean, it's awesome in Cleveland, no less. So. I don't know. His honeymoon. Just when you think like the honeymoon phase will run its natural course and it'll be fine, he just comes home and he's like, "Honey, we're mooning for another
23 years.
23 years
until someone judges us."
It's all about the mooning. All right, so not a guy. And Kevin, you go first this time. Not a guy that you were mad at or disappointed in, but the opposite of the question. Who stood out for you? And you're like, all right, it's early in the preseason.
So my man Quan Martin was aggressive as balls. His first opening game, he was all over the place. He was over. You have to understand, you have to take a deep breath and be a scientist out there. You're a professional now. And he played collegiately. He was so jacked up, pumped. He was flying around. Rivera actually talked about it a little bit. We need him to just take a deep breath and be Quan. That's fine, and he will. Hey, but I'm going to tell you, he's going to be a hell of a player, and I think he I'm not going to give two answers. He's the guy that there's some more obvious ones, and I'm sure you guys are going to nail him. But he's the guy that I was like, I wanted this guy to really show out. I think he got so hyped up and so overexcited that but he is going to be a dude, and we'll see. But that's my pick for someone I thought would be a badass. And we just 4 tackles and not a lot of reps, but let's go.
You're gonna hate on me for saying this.
De'Ami Brown.
No.
All right, go ahead.
It's Chase Young.
What? So, are you mad? Are you disappointed?
No,
you don't have to be. You don't. He doesn't have to be. He didn't have a bad game.
Of course not. He played 4 snaps. He
Okay.
had a great opportunity to sack Deshaun. Right?
That's fair.
No, it was a beautiful rush. He didn't make the play. Whatever, it's fine. And then he just got dinged up with a stinger. It just kind of seemed par for the course.
It just felt like
It just felt like, and I've been a hater on him for a long time. I hope he has a great, fantastic year this year. It just felt like, of course,
he did something in that play though that he had not done for the most part in his career. And with the hands, he was super handsy, and he bullied a big old left tackle right into the quarterback. Not finishing. I'm sure. Hey, listen, he's gonna work on that. He got there. He got all the way home, and Deshaun Watson, slinked away. But
he's been slinking away from everything.
Yeah, he denied. He denied.
It felt like his entire career of just looked great, made a fantastic play, didn't finish it off, and then gets hurt, and it just okay.
Nah, that's fair. The question was asked. The answer was fair.
I'm okay with that. I guess. Again, not a guy. I don't. Limited action. I'm not giving out any bad grades, but. Andrew Wiley didn't come out of the gates, and Gates actually didn't play too bad. But Andrew Wiley, the safety and then the holding call. So not a stellar thing. I wonder. I'm short a few hundred pounds, a couple 100 pounds to be a professional. 100 pounds to be a 50 or 60 pounds to be a lineman in the league.
150 pounds.
Okay, we'll take it. So. I don't know if you show up and you're beating up on the same guys every single day and you get locked into technique and skill and you're like, just to beat one guy, and then all of a sudden you're playing the Cleveland Browns and you get confused. But I don't know, but it didn't look great, and I assume they'll clean that up.
Picture is Voltron. Right?
Yes.
He's not supposed to be the final product of all 5.
That's right.
Is there 5? Please tell me there is. I always thought
we might have 6 now. Well, there's 5 Voltron cats.
So that's all I'm saying.
Yes.
And I feel like Uncle Schnarfer punched him directly in the nuts, but individually within the framework of the 5-man not rotation team.
Yep.
Those guys are not on the same page right now. Andrew Wiley getting beat to the inside was ferocious. And here's the deal: we didn't sign him at $8 million a year to be a stone cold stunner out there and just work on an island all by himself. We designed for him to come in and be a very incredible functional person of this 5-man rotation. That it's a legitimate worry right now, only because it is, not because it can't be rectified before the start of the preseason. And of course, we all feel like it can be, but right now it's a problem.
I love, for an offensive line reference, I think. Let's see if we can get it in here. This is a great offensive line. It is. It's covering me up. Voltron. First of all, a great cartoon. Sold a ton of toys. I still don't know. Does anyone on the board know? Was it made in Japanese and turned into American with like American voices, or did they make it here?
Sir, I just watch that shit every day. I never try to get into the is this real? The Genesis? Is this real Voltron, or is this like some side of the road friggin' mixtape Voltron?
They did have some fake you out Voltron wannabe shows.
Of course they did.
And I don't remember all of them, but they came out fastly and furiously. All right, so we talked a little bit about a few players. No one from the starters. Let's leave out the starters. Let's not talk about. I prefer, if it was up to me, I would love to wait a week to talk about tight ends. Just don't,
I agree.
Some guys did some things, and let's just see where that's going.
Another legit worry.
Yes, I'm worried.
Very fucking worried about Logan Thomas.
And I know.
You can't call an injury old man injury.
He called him an aged veteran. He called him an aged veteran on August 14th.
I sprayed my
great.
butthole pulling weeds in my
great.
stone path yesterday. That's an old man injury. Not what he does. This dude is a freak athlete who's, what is he? 31?
An
Brad, how old are you?
aged veteran.
38.
Yeah.
See?
He's the oldest one.
I get old man injuries.
You're the oldest one here.
I got old man injuries.
Yeah.
Logan Thomas should not be having old man.
I know it sucks because he just keeps having injuries, but
Right.
we need him not to a lot.
I love. For me, preseason, in addition to just loving every second and watching all the randomness, I watch till the end. I want to see all the terribleness. Hopefully, it's something. A lot of running plays, obviously.
May I just say, preseason's way cooler with Josh Harris in.
Yes, yes. It's a thing.
Yeah, it is. That's kind of a thing because you just have this different feeling. I just want to see the guys. That's all.
It's the first time in 20 plus years where we enter a season without having to caveat our love of our team.
Exactly.
We're like, oh, God, this is our
Well
team.
said.
We're gonna watch it all. We love it, but I mean, I
We
know
have to
we
make
got
an
this-
excuse.
Exactly.
I love it. I love
Yeah.
that's well said. And I felt that you use your words way better than I did. That's how I felt.
Yeah, it's the whiskey tastes better. All of it's better. The box score of a preseason game. You always look at a box score of a preseason game. It tells you a story before you watch anything. You don't want to see all the numbers on the latter half. That's not telling you a whole lot of goodness. You'd like to see at least a 7 or a 14 in one of those first frames, and we got that. We put one in the end zone with Sam and Jahan. But in the backs on the second half, it's a whole different game. In the first preseason game, it's a whole different bunch of players. It's ours versus theirs. And on the defensive side of the ball, the depth was just, it was kind of absurd. Like the way they were flying to the ball from the secondary, the way the defensive line was just constantly making things hard for everyone who came on the field for them. I understand we weren't playing against Nick Chubb and Deshaun Watson, but
Of course.
Wait, are you not concerned that they just went right down the field? And if they had Nick Chubb
in
on
the first
third and
in the
one on
first
goal,
drive,
yeah.
Rhett, may I
Listen,
say this?
yeah.
May I say this?
Sure.
There's no game planning. We're coming base. They're coming base. They're running shit. We're not so everyone's you just want to get shit on tape. We're the ones that talk about this. And you're right. That exactly happened. But I'm not worried about it because you see certain levels of dominance. You see certain guys flying around. So you're right.
I just got concerned that our D-line got a little pushed off the
because it's a
ball
fucking concern.
real quick.
And here's the deal. It didn't really happen all that much last year after the early portions of the season. So it is a legit concern. Everything's a legit concern.
on a weekly basis, that it was almost, if you go back and remember
and it
last
happened.
season,
That happened.
we would give up those things early in the game, and then things would tighten up. And you would like to not give up those opening drives.
That happened all the time.
I know,
It really
far
did.
too often.
No, it really
but
did.
that's but
But we
we
still have
tightened
top
up.
5 defense at the end of the year.
Yes,
So yeah. So the idea is this: let's not show up with a great game plan for the first quarter. Let's have a guy that adjusts, and let's be fair. Let's give credit to where credit's due. Jack Del Rio adjusted last year
Yep.
and got us into a position where we were a top 5 damn defense in the National Football League. No one would get that right if anyone said in the nation,
I know.
nationwide NFL fans, were the Commanders a top 5 defense last year? No fucking way. Yes, they were. And guess what's going to happen this year? We're going to be a top 5 defense.
Well, you know what happened on
In a
those, on
passing
those
league,
third and fourth,
sometimes you get exposed.
you know what happened on those third and fourth downs when they got right down at the 1 yard line, 2 yard line?
Then get in.
Montez Sweat and
Emmanuel Forbes.
Montez Sweat's a name that should have been
Dogs.
said. We'll talk about no doubt. But Montez Sweat was the guy I should have guessed up front because Sam Howell I was enthralled by because I just, the $1 million.
Of course.
But Montez,
Yeah.
wow. He looks like he came rough ready to rock and roll.
He's
like a
an
dude.
animal. He's gigantic. He's in a contract year, and
When he
everything's
took his
going
helmet
good.
off and you saw the look on his face, he wasn't smiling.
Nope. No,
He wasn't doing a celebration. He took his helmet off to say, someone give this man $5 billion.
He's.
That's what I look like.
He's gonna
We
get.
might
I think
have
he's
it.
gonna get it.
I'm
from
pretty
us.
handsome.
Yeah.
If y'all
might
want to
have
use me as the face of your franchise, take a look at Montez because Montez made us all take a look at him during the whistles, not after.
Ridgeway, Smith Williams, Tuil, all all those defensive backs. I mean, obviously we talked a little bit about Martin. It just seemed like we had bodies flying. Danny Johnson played his butt off. That was amazing. I loved everything that he did. Jeremy Reeves was. I mean, you're not going to him very often in the regular.
If you don't love
awesome.
Jeremy Reeves, we can't be friends. If you don't love Jeremy Reeves, then you don't love what football means.
See what he was doing in a preseason game. He was absolutely destroying people, and he was fun to watch. So I thought that the depth, especially on the defensive side of the ball, I feel so good about. And a lot of those guys are going to play. Those defensive linemen, they're going to play. They're going to play in the first, second, third, and fourth quarter for us. Some of like Danny Johnson, he's going to get on the field. Martin, obviously,
Dude, he's better.
He's
batting balls down everywhere,
Yes.
frustrating the shit out of everybody. And our safeties can fly, and they will smoke your ass.
Cam Curl looked like taller and skinnier.
He's going to have to get paid a gazillion. And guess what? He's earned it. 7th rounder, making his peanuts. Mm-hmm. I hope it's us. He's earned it.
Me too. And you hope, historically, safety hasn't been a position that's destroyed your salary cap situation. If you have a good one,
Agreed.
And you pay him the market and you feel pretty good about it. Pay market rate. I want to say, and I hopefully maybe someone on the board knows this, or unless one of you guys know it. I think not that people should be gambling on preseason football games, but like the spread on these games is most of the time like 3 points or less.
Cleveland was favored by 3.
Yeah, and that's just like we don't know what's going to happen.
Just throw a coin up in the air.
And then it turns out, and I'm thinking the whole time, and I did not touch it, but the whole time I'm like, this is a lock. How do we not win by more than 3? Like we're going to play these guys, and then it turns out to be a 2-point game, and you're like,
Dad.
That's what I didn't touch it. The only thing I touched this week.
Take it easy.
Yeah,
T's not
you
here.
really want to say that?
T's not here to defend himself.
Our weekly tip. We've already told you about taking the over on 6.5. But the more I look at,
It's a thick ass
it's
6.5.
a hard 6.5.
Thick ass 6.5.
That's
a hard 6.5.
I feel less bad about myself.
The Cardinals at 4.5. I ask everybody on this board, everybody in this basement, to please look at the Arizona Cardinals schedule. We're not going to put it on our screen. That's not what we do here. I couldn't find 5 wins.
Their win total is 4.5.
Their over/under is 4.5. I think that when in the preseason, when people are like, I don't know what's going to be, 3 points to the home team and see what everyone does. Like that's like you can't say 2 wins. You can't say you're not gonna. Your over/under in Vegas is not. You can't say 3. I mean,
well, they're gonna go 0 for in their division.
I think their best chance at getting a win or 2 is in their division.
Only because of divisional play.
Yes, because you play them twice and something stupid ends up happening.
I agree with both of you. Honestly, I do. That's why I don't gamble. I always lose.
We're in practice with the Baltimore Ravens this week. Lots of fights, which
getting physical.
Like this, the quote out of Rivera initially was, no bullshit. We're here to learn from a great team that's been doing it for awesomely for the whole time, and I don't want to deal with any blah blah blah. There was, I think they won like the Philadelphia Flyers. Before the puck dropped, everyone took off their gloves, including the goalie.
Line brawl.
And and that's the way it's been.
Well, that's the way it's been with Baltimore and Washington.
Do you expect anything else?
No. That's what it's supposed
and
to
Ron
be.
can talk about he doesn't want any bullshit. I think people want to see.
He wants bullshit. He played for the 85 Bears.
You know what Ron loved? Beating the dog crap out of somebody in training camp.
Right.
Like he's a psychopath. Mm-hmm. I love how calm and collected he is now, but they all sit there and are like, all right, who are our dogs? And we know who they are. Rhett dropped one today. Apparently, Mark Andrews tried to body slam Danny Johnson, and Emmanuel Forbes poked the ball out, and there was a couple jabbies with a receiver. I know this. We are chomping at the bit. And how about this also? I said what did I say last week? Fuck Buffalo.
Yeah.
Fuck Baltimore.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
All right, fair enough.
I put it out.
I'll
there.
co-sign that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That's a tough one.
Then you have to be on board with my now years-long effort to snap their unbeaten preseason streak, which it becomes more annoying by the second for a variety of reasons. It should be us that ends it. And therefore, and it makes it a non-existent thing because it should already be. It should be non-existent anyways. They take it. They take it a little bit too seriously. I don't like it.
This is a preseason that I'm going to let you.
Yes.
This is the preseason of Ken.
And you just said how you feel about Baltimore. So they
I'm
deserve
all in
it.
on this.
They
And
deserve
I will also say this before you get into your business. What a great thing. I think this is the most exciting preseason game because we play 5 days afterwards on a Saturday. This is the real deal. You're not going to see shit 5 days. This is this preseason game on Monday night.
Monday night
is everything we need to see, and I really like the way it's packaged.
Yeah,
this will be the most exciting preseason game I've watched in 23 years. I can't wait for it.
I mean,
I can't wait.
Joe
for it.
Gibbs preseason games. We were young, but I remember them. I remember that we in years that we were good, which was many years we were good. We also beat the piss out of people in the preseason. Part of the reason why, you may not recall this as well, but you could stash guys, and we'd roll into the preseason. We rolled into preseason with Mark Rippon like 7 years before he ever played on the roster, and he was just this big, huge guy that just rolled over people in Carlisle and against the Steelers in joint practices. And then all of a sudden, week 4, we'd be like, wait, didn't we have what happened to that guy whose name no one could say? Like, why isn't he playing football for us?
He's like, he?
He's got he has a hurt elbow. He's out for 4 years, but he'll be back.
Meanwhile,
everybody.
it was a psych. He didn't have a hurt elbow.
Anyway, I don't think his elbow was
He
hurt
didn't
at
have
all.
a hurt elbow.
We had so many guys like that, or like they would cut somebody, be like, "Hey, we're gonna cut you, but wink, wink, re-sign with us." And when we'll shift some things around, and they'd be like, "Okay." And it was just like the way it worked.
It's when guys didn't have like a trainer, a dietitian, a quarterback coach, a passing coach, a running coach, a chilling coach. No, it was Joe Gibbs telling you how to be a good man.
Yeah.
And saying, it might take 40 years. But after 40 years, do you believe me? Yes. Yes, I do, Joe Gibbs.
I do.
And I know football is now a 1-year gig, so coaching's a lot different. And the guys that have adapted have gone the furthest. But Joe Gibbs adapted to every situation, including strikes. Both strike years, we won Super Bowl. So come on, man. If we had one dude in here that said, hey, let's adjust. If we can adjust with this roster, we can make the playoffs.
Oh, I see 8 wins easy. And if we are playing the way we think, then if we take what we think we can do, gets you to 9 or 10, which gets you in the playoffs, I think, in the NFC.
And I agree. Greg said it right now. This is the preseason game where we see all the dudes, our dudes, the top 40. It'll be the last time you see them. Because
and you're right.
5
And
days
he's right.
later,
He hasn't been officially named the starter, but that'll be cool. That'll be a cool day.
I couldn't agree more. It was well said.
Yeah.
Unless he goes out there and shits the bed on Monday night, which is always an opportunity, but I don't think so.
This might be a game where you don't give Logan Thomas the night off. You might just say, "Hey, how about we get to see a quarter out of you, buddy?"
I get it, but like he's out there doing he's doing a dynamic warm up, and that's
He's
it.
doing like aerobics.
He's got
underwater
a calf
aerobics.
injury.
I know.
It's
I
a
know.
cat, and I get it, but shit. And you know what happens after an ACL injury? A cat, but that was 1.5 years ago. So, dude, can we just Mr. Miyagi his ass? Like, can Josh Harris get some hire a bunch of Mr. Miyagis and we'll be all right? Like, somebody make it better than Snyder did.
The
Back to the Bubba Tire days when we didn't have hamstring injuries.
Another good question. So we'll get Hal for a half maybe in this game. I think this is your old school third preseason game. If things are super terrible and the weather's good, they might say, "Hey, go into the half. We're gonna make some adjustments, and we want to see some more snaps out of you."
It's a combination of week 2 and 3.
Yeah.
4 was always Four was always for the not top 40.
Yeah.
Week 1 wasn't either, but 2 and 3 kind of were. I think if you combine them, we're going to see a shit ton of Sam Howell, and I believe we should. And it's a huge week because we were practicing against these freaking guys, and they've got their aspirations. And Lamar Jackson's he's no joke. He's going to have to play a little bit himself.
He shouldn't.
It's going to be but I think he has to, Ken, because he ain't going to next week. That's all. Monday night suggests Lamar Jackson ain't playing next week on Saturday.
I want to see him out there. I'd like to see, like to see these guys go at least a couple rounds in the first half. And someone the other day was saying, because everyone knows in that third preseason game, Brissett shouldn't step on the field either. It should be Jake Fromm for 4 quarters. And you're getting that
You got to get Brissett a little something.
give him some drives early
I
on.
think so.
Okay.
I think it's a Brissett start and go a quarter and a half.
I'm
if
okay
not
with
a
that.
half.
I'm okay with that. But I think like people see that third preseason game now with teams that all have 90 guys on it, and they're like, well, you're gonna get number 60 through number 90 playing against each other, and then they're thinking, well, then we're not long before we get done in 2 games. Absolutely not.
Done.
But they want the organizations want to see number 60 through number 90 play against each other.
Well, our organization needs to see our offensive line come together.
Yes.
So I don't think Brissett's going to be playing behind a bullshit offensive line because
That's what I'm saying.
because a lot of people would say no matter what the O line is a bullshit offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have 1s and 2s in there when Brissett comes in that week. That's
Sadiq Charles, Chris Paul. I mean, there's guys that you could put out there that you're gonna.
How's Sadiq not going to play last week? Like what the shit, Sadiq?
I know.
He's the youngest 4th-year player in the league. I don't know if that's exactly true, but how are you 23 and just turned 24 in your 4th year? We drafted him at damn 20 years old in year 4, and he's got all the tools. This is a guy I need to freaking see right now. Like Chris Paul, I think was suffice. I don't know.
And and he was a project. He was drafted as a project. He's been absolutely as advertised. He's been a project, and
A talented,
he's got all kinds of talent. He's big,
physically
strong, he's
gifted
just crazy.
project.
Yeah.
That's how you become a project.
and that's how you stick around. Why coaches are like, we can't get rid of this guy.
And if you develop into a bit of a dog, maybe you're no longer a project and you get signed to a 2nd-year deal. But maybe your lack of dogness lets us sign you to a 2-year, 3-year little something to keep you around because you feel comfortable. And we'll see. But I don't know. I kind of want it to be him. And then all of a sudden I hear he's not playing against the Browns. That's the dude that needs to play against the Browns.
Yep.
Him specifically. We'll see. We'll see what he's done this week in practice and what he's going to do. I'm still nervous. That O-line is a huge worry. There's no doubt about it.
We're going to need a couple weeks to spice up offensive line play. Speaking of, we did promise our folks a special draft this evening. And to close things out, this is like an interim draft topic scenario where, we have some really good ones on the way, but this one, I think it's going to strike some fancy and some folks on the board. Again, please subscribe to First Amendment Sports if you haven't already. Give us a thumbs up if you see or hear anything you like. We are going to talk condiments. Now, I mean, we've been dipping and shaking and sprinkling and dousing our food in a variety of things our entire lives.
Mostly our meats.
Mostly our meats. That's correct. That's a fact. And here we are. We're going to talk about those things, and we're not going to overlook them. I think it's a great preseason topic because this is time. We'll get the flavor right. Rhett, as our guest tonight, you get the first pick.
Ha-ha.
Wow.
I've prepared a few graphics.
It's quite an
if
honor.
If you pick the right one, you will see it on the screen. If you don't, you will see these guys.
See, I'm not a foodie. I'm going to get made fun of a lot tonight.
Well, just what's your first overall?
You're not afraid to
green-
combine a ton of sauces.
Here's the thing. When it comes to something like food, you are who you are. You can't change who you are. You can't like something you don't like. All you can do is just say, this tastes best.
All right, what do you got?
So there's one thing that I could put on pretty much anything,
Okay.
and I'm always going to be satisfied.
All right, let's see if I got it.
That's the old ranch.
There it is, and I believe there's only one acceptable.
Hidden Valley is the only
Listen,
acceptable
I know everybody
ranch.
probably either had it as a undrafted or maybe a late round pick, but I
No.
I
Oh,
am-
no.
What?
I
No,
am-
no. Are you kidding me? They were first round.
Ranch is in my top.
They were
Seven?
invited to the draft. They're in the green
They were,
room.
they were
Right.
Johnny Manziel. Maybe he gets picked first. Maybe he gets picked
Dude,
20.
It's
Ranch.
Joe
Hey,
Burrow.
no,
That's straight up Joe Burrow.
I get that if some people don't like, but for people that like ranch, it's hugely.
For people who like ranch.
No, I love it. And by the way, Hidden Valley, but you know what else I love? Salad bar ranch.
Oh.
Salad bar, just grimy ass ranch.
Yeah,
gets
just like
the
Costco, like this generic
I need a sneeze guard. I'm talking about a specific.
Oh, I'm saying they
salad,
bring in the big bags. You squeeze it out into the thing.
Must add water and two tablespoons of mayo. You're
Hydrogenated.
They've already hydrogenated the mayo, but you have to reactivate it with more egg and oil, and I'm fine with that.
Now, is salad dressing a condiment?
Yes,
I think
if you
it has
dip your
to be a
French fries
condiment.
and chicken wings into it,
Ranch,
which I do with ranch,
is dressing, but it's super. It's more than you don't put. I mean, I put it on salad the least of anything that goes on in my life. Ranch.
How about this? Here's why ranch is a condiment and other salad dressings aren't going to be. You can dip wings and chicken tenders and what do they say? Ranch or blue? Just saying.
I'm ranch. I say yes. I say yes.
Yes
to that
is
question.
the only answer.
Yes, please. And but I dip my pizza
In ranch.
In ranch.
Yes. And my sister-in-law, Erin Hass-Ricka, has dipped more. She has she's a pizza ranch only.
Yes.
She's a ranch freak, and there's no pizza that doesn't get soaked in some Hidden Valley.
Yep.
Just saying.
She's
got a cast iron stomach. Mine, I would have to.
Dude, the old school Armand's lunch buffet. They would have they'd put three or four pies out there, and they'd have a salad. The salad bar was just a bowl of salad and a big thing of ranch.
Did you say salad bar ranch? Because I'm getting aroused.
You would just go 3 or 4 pieces of
hands above
Armand's
the table.
pizza,
Hands above the table.
straight to the ranch with a sand salad, and you had yourself plate number 1 for your sidebar. There was a guy who sat in the corner booth at Armand's. But we went. My office went there once a week. We went there, and every time we were there, this guy was there.
I hope he's listening.
He was a bigger gentleman, and we called him Ed the Destroyer. We didn't know him, who he was or what he was, but he was Ed the Destroyer, we loved him. Most other people would say he's eating all the pizza because he did eat all the pizza, but he was also the reason why the pizzas were coming out so fast from the oven. We saw the good in Ed the Destroyer. He really
It's a life lesson.
You gotta absolutely understand. You don't want to have just some sad piece of pizza that no one's adopting. You want Ed the Destroyer coming in.
Did he take down the one with black olives?
He was not afraid. If it was there, he was eating it, and you were like, "Hey," and they'd be like, "What pizza you guys want?" We're like, "Let's get those meat lovers out. Let's make it for real."
I love it.
Kev, pick number 2.
All right, well, I'm going to go right ahead and step right up to the plate. This is my number 1 of all time. It's blue cheese. It's that blue cheese.
I didn't have a brand to put for blue cheese. So
no, there shouldn't be.
You don't have a favorite?
No, but I will describe my blue cheese. It's not the watery with little bits. I am that sicko. I love that thick ass.
Thick?
With a huge
with
chunk.
A chunk, the big square chunks.
I'll put a chunk on a wing,
yes.
and I will honestly, I will cry a little bit while I'm also happy. I went to Cottage Cafe, Bethany Beach, Delaware, has fire fingers served with that blue cheese I just described.
Yep.
Do you see what's happening here, Pavlov's dogs? Ding, 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 ding. So, no. Blue cheese is my number 1, always has been.
Fair enough.
I relentlessly adore it. Ranch, I never eat enough of it because I'm a blue cheese guy.
Yes. Well,
I dip my pizza in blue cheese too.
I love ranch.
What's interesting is not a lot of people are a one or the other. Nobody has a 1A
I
and
love
1B.
both.
People either have a...
Agreed. Agree. I thought that when I wrote my list down, I thought that. I was like, blue cheese ranch.
Yeah, it's very.
I love that chunky, ridiculous, huge, unnecessary.
Yeah. Keep going.
I do. I'm talking cheese, baby. Talking gross cheese. Blue cheese dressing. Done.
All right. Let's see. I get to go here, and ranch was my number 1 as well. And I'm going to back that up in round number 2. So let's just go here because this is.
I could have sent you some chunky blue cheese photos. Oh, sweet
baby Ray's barbecue sauce.
Very
I
well.
think it got me. It absolutely won me over.
So you're taking all of barbecue, is that right?
Yeah, barbecue sauce. Yeah. Barbecue sauce as the condiment.
Yeah, it's fair.
Just making sure.
No, it's fair. Although, summer. Yeah,
there's a billion barbecue sauce brands out there right now, and I think that it's fair. If I was at a real barbecue spot that gave me all the possible options, I would say no, thank you to Sweet Baby. I can have Sweet Baby Ray's anytime.
Right.
I want to get something that's like from Mission Barbecue, their special recipe, or from a restaurant, whatever they have, whatever they make. I'm down with. But in the refrigerator, you keep Sweet Baby Ray's on hand, and it goes on literally everything. And I'm gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna take this guy, number 2, first pick in the second round.
I'm getting nervous here. This is where I get nervous.
Mambo sauce. Now I'm staying in my brand. Saying we're keeping it local. We're keeping it DC.
Wow.
It also literally goes on everything. I love to put it. I love it on pizza. I love it on wings. I love it on. I love to put it on chicken on the grill. And you know what? It goes on just about everything else.
Now,
You
let
can
me
put on
ask
some
you this
tacos.
question. Can you find it in every single grocery store?
You can locally.
Yeah, around here for sure. And there's
Giant has
multiple
mumbo
brands.
sauce. And by the way, a little teeny tiny boy is going to cost you. And guess what? It's worth it. But I will say this. Middle school, high school, and college, a 10-year span. Every time I played an athletic event in the 202 city limits was a home game for me. St. John's Middle School, St. John's High School, Catholic University. So home team playing in D.C. That mumbo sauce, baby.
Oh yeah.
Holy, it's just it's not gonna blow your balls off.
No,
but it's gonna blow your nuts off.
Greg and EO and Robert Cohen, all the guys. And NES Tecmo is educating people on the board. My Mustang brother, but I will tell you, it is a DC flavor. It's a great condiment. A lot of people's first experience with it is at Ben's Chili Bowl in town. I mean, it's everywhere, obviously, but that's a famous.
It's DC's finest.
Yes,
and I love
it.
that because that's just delicious.
Caramel. I mean, it's good just as a sauce on stuff, but if you put it on some meat and caramelize it on the grill, oh god, it's so good. All right, so that's like that. There you go. I got 2 in a row. I went barbecue sauce and mambo sauce.
Mambo.
All right, so I'm back up.
You're back up.
So it's going to be real hard for me to differentiate with the blue and the black. It's hot sauce, baby. And listen, Frank's is my joint.
Ooh.
But I'm not gonna. I
Where
put
is
that shit on everything.
You gotta do it. Where is it?
put
I
that
got it
S
right
on
here, and there it
everything.
is, and it is Frank's.
That makes me so happy. That is
Of
my.
course.
So no, I'm not a snob about hot sauce.
No,
I'm
me
just
neither.
saying.
Me neither.
If
I
I'm
never
getting mine at the grocery store, and I'm not, it's not the dude. They're not my neighbor. We're not making it ourselves.
Yeah.
Just like you said about the barbecue sauce. That is my name brand, but dang it, man, there's a ton of hot sauces that work.
So
I'm not limiting it just to Frank's. I'm saying that would be the one I would get at the grocery.
if I was at the grocery store, I'd buy
Yes.
Frank's. Now, and I can't even I can't f with the hot sauce on the regular. It's bad.
Oh, I can't
on
either.
my-
But
I
I'm
do.
not afraid to
I
mess
know,
with it
I
on
know,
the regular.
I do.
Because I'm a sicko.
So wait,
With
you
a-
have the
I wish my butthole was as brave as Rhett's.
I was gonna say you dealt with my hot sauce last
Yeah.
week.
Well, guess what? I'm not afraid to try and get in revenge. I just don't want you to serve it cold, sir. That's all. So I know.
Give
my
me, give me
limits
your
are.
best shot.
Wait, there's Cholula, and what's the
Cholula's
bottle?
fantastic.
What's the bottle? It's got it's the Chinese brand.
Sriracha?
Not the sriracha.
Sorry.
It's actually like it's in Chinese restaurants. There's a lot. It's a bottle. I mean, you could buy it in the store the same way you see it in the restaurants. Don't know the name of the brand.
I
It's
still
another one
believe
that I
it's
see. If you
sriracha.
saw it,
It's
you'd be
at
like, oh
all
yeah.
the Chinese restaurants, but you're freaking me out.
But it's just it's
I
a
should
brand
know
name.
this
I
because
know.
I just picked hot sauce.
I know.
But I'm telling you,
I'll show it to you right now. I had pulled it
show
up.
me. Show me, show me,
let's see.
show me.
Show him.
Where
You know,
is it?
one of the weird things, and listen, I'm not anyone that's
There it is.
know,
Flying
fancy at
Goose.
any
And it
level.
is sriracha, but it's Flying Goose is the name of the brand. Flying Goose chili. It's got like higher.
That's sriracha.
I know, but I'm
I
saying.
know, but that's what I call sriracha.
Of course.
That is
Okay,
the
there you go.
Dundada of
It's a-
sriracha.
That's
Sriracha
right.
is
Yes.
Asian ketchup, by the way.
And it has a citrus everything. I know, but I will put that on, honestly, a booger. I will.
Oh hell yeah!
Prove it.
I mean,
I
it's a
mean,
condiment.
The night
That's
is
what
young.
you wanna do.
The night is young, sir. I'm not putting blue cheese on a booger. Telling you that right now.
Frank's is off the board. You can no longer draft Frank's hot sauce.
All hot sauces.
All hot sauces.
I mean, we know how it
All,
goes.
the buffalo hot, all
Yeah,
that
yeah,
stuff.
that's-
So
It-
buffalo
that-
is just, if you add a stick of butter to Frank's and simmer it, that's all buffalo is butter and hot. And by the way, my favorite combination. But that means hot to
And
me.
you can butter it up too.
Exactly.
That's
Because
the key.
butter's not a condiment.
Mm.
Well, if it is, then it's my first round.
I was gonna say,
No.
Okay.
Okay. I agree with both of your reactions.
I would love to see your thesis though on why butter is a condiment. I would read
It'll be
that.
from the toilet seat after. All right.
What do you got?
You know
Here we
what?
go. Rhett. This is where it gets.
But here's the thing. I'm just a plain Jane when it comes to eating food.
Okay.
You've admitted this.
Yeah, I'm a young child.
Your butthole calls you a liar.
Ketchup.
Oh, there you go. All right, and I think
it was
that-
going to come.
It's it's
no,
a condiment.
it is, and lifelong.
Honestly, when
There
people
it
think
is.
of condiments, there's only pretty much two things that people think of.
gotta
At
be
least
Heinz.
And it
that's
has
the
to
way
be.
was
I believe
raised.
it's not catsup.
No,
It's got to be
I like the
Heinz.
bottle. There was a lot of the squeeze bottle. Everyone's got a squeeze bottle in their fridge. I wish I still had one of
I've
these.
represented
glass bottles.
Heinz from day one. My
Yeah.
family has taught me, and
course.
I've embraced. We're a Heinz family. There's no second choice.
And I actually want to be a little
Right? Yeah, what are you going
different.
with? Yep.
on my first
see if I
pick
got
in the
it.
third round.
See if I got it.
Well, I don't know. Soy sauce.
Oh,
God
I
damn it,
got
Rhett.
I got it. There it is.
What do you mean you want to be a little different?
Then the
I pour soy sauce.
Kikkoman.
And Kikkoman is the numero. I buy it in the humongous at
Yep.
Costco.
There it is.
I bathe in that, by the way.
I put
believe
my.
you.
If you come to my house after everybody's
Oh
asleep,
no.
I'm
I
not.
don't
Dude,
know, open
stop
invitation.
inviting us to your house
Open
in the middle of the night.
invitation.
All right.
Middle of the night, come to my house.
There's
There's 7 bottles of that
Just
in
want to
the
get
bathtub.
through one night without you telling me to come to your house in the middle of the night.
7 bottles of that. They're like, like candles, just serenading.
I'm not
you. There's
listening.
7 bottles of soy sauce.
Because I don't want you to ruin soy sauce for me. But I know you can't. I know you can't because I could pour soy sauce on a turd and have a decent experience.
Wow. Do you use a fork and knife for that? Or?
I'm a salt freak.
Spoon.
But I never thought that
Soft
it could
serve.
be salt could be delivered in such a sweet
It's the best.
7-ounce bottle.
I'm so
And
hungry.
it's one of the main
I love
ingredients for the best.
So soy sauce. So my short list is done.
It's the best. It's the ingredient. It's one of the main ingredients for the best steak marinade out there.
For God's sake, of course it is.
Pineapple juice, soy sauce, and some sesame.
The Hawaiian, bro, or
Bring it.
the luau, or any rib, whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
Couldn't agree more.
All right, so you're up.
Holy shit! I can't
And our
believe this
backup, by
happened.
the way, our backup plan is running out of juice. So we're
got it. We're going fast here, and I
Yep.
got this. I'm just gonna have to do it.
Let's see.
Sorry,
I got it.
Ken, if I did something bad to you, but I'm taking syrup and just
Yeah.
gobbling it all up.
I can't talk
and,
to you.
and I know, but
What,
syrup.
all right, tell me at least. Tell me what kind.
All right, so Aunt Jemima was my joint. I don't know what it's called now, like Old Time Pearl something or other.
She's been canceled.
But Mrs. Butterworth's and Aunt Jemima. So sorry, Mrs. Butterworth's
This is B.
was my favorite growing up. I'm a butter guy, as I mentioned, but Aunt Jemima, Old Pearl Miller, blah blah. Like you can't go wrong. You can go to the local place on vacation and get the local brand of syrup and have a goddamn great time. Correct?
Yes.
Waffles, pancakes. Like people dump sausage. I'm not a crisscrosser, but on my pancakes, on my French toast, and my waffles, and in my life, if you don't have syrup, no matter how hungover you are, you have to go take that trip to the store. We have pancakes, we have waffles.
You can't do that.
And you can
No,
get it at 7-Eleven.
You can't just put jelly on it, which it's a decent syrup. But syrup, man. Freaking syrup's been there for me since day one. Thanks, Mrs. Butterworth.
And it's still online. You can still Aunt Jemima it, the original. Now I'm a butter light. Aunt Jemima butter light because I'm working on. I want to keep the butter light.
Focus on the core.
Oh, that's
Butter
nice that the
rich.
butter's light, but the sugar in syrup might
Butter
be
light.
you might want to focus on that.
It's all about keeping it light when you
Fair.
can.
That's fair.
All right, I'll tell you what. Let's just go right back to it.
That Aunt Jemima I appreciate though.
Yep.
That's
that's the number one.
You're
That's
on point, dude. I
that's-
get it.
That is it.
Oh.
Lifetime.
Unbelievable. The Butterworth was in there.
Sure.
Jemima was in there. It might be equal portions, but I appreciate that graphic there.
I tried to just stick to one brand and see if that was the one y'all picked. So far, we've done pretty well. I'm gonna go here next. I got 2 picks. I love Yum Yum sauce, and I was introduced to it obviously in Chinese restaurants, but for God's sake, it goes on everything. It goes on everything. It's delicious.
Yum,
It's a
yum.
great flavor. It's great on a burger. It's great on a hot dog. It's great on chicken. It's great on, and I mean, it's great on tacos. I will eat the. I mean, and I don't have a like that's just Tony Ho's. I mean, I don't have like a go-to yum yum sauce brand because unlike some of these other condiments, you don't have a ton. You probably have more mambo sauce options than yum yum sauce options
Around here.
Yes.
1,000%.
So you got to take what you can get.
Yum yum.
Let's throw this off, and then I'm gonna kick off the last round, which will end with Rhett by going with a classic. I hope it's on all of your lists.
I'm scared. I'm so scared. It's a nice pick. It's a nice pick. It's a nice pick, and it is on my list.
I love it.
No,
I love it all.
There's no chance I would touch guacamole.
Seriously, you're not gonna touch
Not
that
even,
guac?
dude. I wouldn't even.
You ate at Chili's for lunch last week in between.
I want my guacamole. No.
Where did you go to breakfast? Chi-Chi's?
I went to McDonald's for
McDonald's
sausage
for-
biscuit. I went
Yes.
to Chili's for a barbecue ranch
God damn,
quesadilla.
dude.
That's right.
And I went to our old Chinese favorite,
Oh, Panda Express.
Panda Express.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Double
That's
orange
right.
chicken. I believe it was
Double orange chicken.
Haven't doubled an orange chicken in quite some
All right, I'm
time.
gonna final-
Hold on.
sorry.
It's Kevin's turn,
Yeah.
Mister.
And I only have 3 of my tops left. You guys, it's aside from the yum yum, which I didn't even think about. Hold on, I have to scratch out soy. God damn it! All right,
Put that one in black.
so I'm dropping this right down on all of you, and a lot. This is either you love it or you hate it, and I don't give a shit. Sour cream is my jam. I
Okay.
spread it on everything I
Yep.
can spread. I love me some sour creams. One
I'm
night.
growing in love with it. I've spent the longest time knowing that it's in so many things that I eat. It's mixed into everything.
Well, as someone that likes to whip up a meal for about 20, sour cream's in there.
It's in there, for sure.
And people that hate it, I hate sour cream. I always chuckle. And I have 20 people in my family that have eaten sour cream relentlessly for the last 10 years and have no idea they've been
right.
doing it. But individually as a condiment, I can eat it with a spoon.
Help me out.
Now I can't anymore, or
If
else
this
it
is
would
a
have been
dumb
my number
question-
one pick. Friends of mine are going to watch this and be like, how did I pick sour cream?
What's the difference between sour cream and cream cheese? Is there like a core fundamental like aging pasteurization difference?
Well, first of all, the texture.
I understand you get a brick of cream cheese and sour cream is watery.
The rest
earlier.
is up for you to determine.
Okay. All right. Consistency is a huge thing.
I've
I know.
never
but-
made homemade sour cream or cream cheese. I adore both.
Okay. I know they go in a lot of things that I eat. So
But sour creams, I got sour. Oh my God, I'm getting diarrhea with my mouth right now.
I mean that's what you want to hear, obviously.
I
At
don't know if that was the
10:39
best quote
on Tuesday.
but, yeah.
All right, Rhett,
We
you
did
get the
start
last
late.
pick of the draft.
Wait, what about you?
We're coming back to me. Go ahead.
So let me. I'm going to throw something out there. I hope it is considered a condiment. You tell me if I'm wrong. Marinara sauce.
Yeah,
It's absolutely a condiment.
Marinara sauce.
100%
We talking
a
pasta.
condiment.
We talking bread, baked chicken,
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
meatballs.
You're dipping it. It's a dip. It's a straight up dip. You can dip it.
I'll
and
dip
put it
my
on something.
balls in it.
I like it.
What'd you
No,
say?
That was an old saying from.
The state.
If I'm being honest,
Louis.
that's probably my number one seed. If I told my wife just to lay down and I can put
Okay.
something.
Whoa. Go on.
That's the, that's the one seed.
Okay, that's the one seed. That means
All right,
that's special. By the way, right? That's super special.
it's a nice 4th round value
Yes, that's a huge 4th round value. You'd be like
based on the story you
I'd
just
give
told.
anything to bone her.
the marinara sauce. Yes.
That's a special feeling, Lloyd.
That's a special feeling, Lloyd. I'll do those marinara. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to eat it for a while.
I know. I won't be using my teeth anymore.
Marinara.
Just a note: next time we have you over for dinner, things to please tell your wife not to bring
Just a bowl of
for
marinara.
dinner. Yeah, just no spaghetti.
We will disappear.
Yeah, Mandarin
Can I-
speaking is even like.
Can
wait a
I
second.
give a T. Strachan ghost round pick out of the clear blue sky?
Yeah, what do you got?
Well, he said it last week. It's one of
Let's
his
see if I got it.
favorites.
I got it. Go ahead.
He said it last week, and there's not going to be a name brand.
Oh, I know. I got it right here. It is a name brand. Oh boy, it's not. It's not relish.
It's fair, but that's now off the table.
Oh boy.
It's not off. That's not what he said. I mean, he's,
No.
Okay.
No.
I want to smash that bottle.
T said tzatziki sauce last week. That's his go-to.
there's another T.
I just want
Tartar sauce.
So if you can just put sweet relish with, all right, we haven't said it. Is there table talk? Do we have one last boner round pick or bonus?
What do you got? All right, how about this? Let me lead it off. I get to go.
Yeah, one more that you
One
want
last one.
Yeah, we always do the one.
We got to do the one last one. And
One-
this was my special
one
one.
more
I
time.
invited them to the green room. They're special guests, and they get it's fancy sauce. It's my fancy sauce. Just a little ketchup and mayonnaise mixed together that goes
Oh
on
my God.
everything together with maybe some sour cream, maybe whatever else is in the refrigerator, some tartar sauce. I don't even know what's in it sometimes. But it was made famous by these two stepbrothers. It's fancy sauce. Kevin?
I don't know how to come back.
I mean,
from fancy sauce, but
we had, when I was a kid, we didn't even know it was called fancy sauce. It
This
was
is
my
like the
mom mixing
bonus
ketchup
round,
and
right?
mustard. Ketchup and mayonnaise, I mean.
so like everything I wrote down
Yeah.
was drafted, which is amazing because, like Rhett said, it's to each their own. But my final one is my go-to for life because I'm not a fan of one particular sauce that hasn't been drafted yet. Dijon mustard has been my best friend.
All right.
Dijon mustard, specifically
When
Dijon
no one was
mustard.
there for you.
No, but you can there's so many things
went
so many recipes it goes into, and I know French's Yellow
I
is
know,
the original because that was my best friend growing up
French's?
forever.
Of course.
I didn't
Bologna
know
and
like,
cheese?
Like the Grey Poupon commercials turned me off to Dijon. I was like, that sounds too super fancy. I hate it.
Yeah.
French's Yellow
Yep.
on everything. But
I didn't even...
now,
it was not my favorite, but
Dijon
that's what I
mustard, Dijon, I use for everything.
Dijonnaise?
I use
Dijon.
I buy the two huge cavernous Grey Poupons at Costco for $10.
got. Yeah.
You don't have to buy Dijon for another year and a half. man.
No. And it lasts.
And it's 10 months and it sits there like no problem.
Yeah.
And it's delicious on its own, but it's great.
It's like you're a doomsday
It's
prepper.
great to use for all of that shit.
All right, Rhett, last pick. You get the last pick again. You got one more in you?
Yeah, I actually, I mean, I have 4 or 5 in me, but
All right, what do you got? One more. Last one.
again, I think I'm going to gross some people out.
Oh, jeez.
I'm a big vinegar guy.
Oh,
Okay.
God, crack.
Dude.
I love it.
Big vinegar guy.
So you got to put it, obviously on
Correct.
French fries.
Any French fries.
Like anything fried,
any-
really. I think
crab
for
cakes,
starters.
anything, any seafood. I just put that in
Oysters.
put that in my fingernails, and I will lick
Oysters.
it out.
Oh,
Think about that.
Jesus.
All right.
So vinegar.
Do we have to know where
know.
you would eat
Does someone have to
every
lie down?
condiment?
Listen.
Does someone have to lie down for this, or is vinegar too lucid?
Every
Honestly,
time you
are
say a condiment,
making me horny and hungry at the same time.
I have to.
God.
Malt vinegar.
Okay.
I want.
Chardonnay Dijon.
Just pour it on my tombstone.
We got some tzatziki burger call outs. All right, everybody, we're gonna get things fixed in here. We're gonna figure out how to get back to where we need to be for next week with the camera ways. But hey,
We'll
listen,
be back. We'll be back strong.
We somehow got it patched together for yet another Tuesday night.
You know what's cool though? The game's Monday.
Yeah,
How often do we get to just talk about
Armchair
the game
quarterback.
the next
the
day?
next
I
night.
love it.
He's Kevin Ricka.
And it was awesome tonight. And you guys are the freaking best. And I love doing all this shit. And thank you. It's football time. It's time to get back with our family and our brothers. How about it?
I love
He's
you
Rhett
guys
Donnelly.
having me here. Tim will be back next week. Tim, we miss you. I love being here, guys.
Oh, we
Thank
love
you so
having
much
you.
for having me. At least behind the mic next time. I might put something out deadly.
I love when your mouth hole gets all the
Yes,
vibe.
we had to give a
All
little
the
bit
vibe.
more.
because your silent beehole is definitely
Super loud.
I'll make sure
it's
I
a
eat
great
healthy next
character.
week.
Oh,
Yes.
don't, because broccoli makes it gross, dude.
Lowen's NES
You say Lowenstein?
Lowenstein mustard. Lowen's I don't know. NES threw it out there. I don't know what that is at all.
I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, I hope.
It's definitely gonna have some horseradish sauce in it, which we
looks-
didn't say. Cocktail sauce, we didn't say. I didn't get any seasonings, but
We stayed away from the dry rubs and all that kind of stuff
salsa.
tonight.
No, like salsa.
Salsa was on-
Pico de-
was
I will
number
eat
6.
pico de
Pico.
gallo.
There's so many shakes.
Honey
we didn't do.
mustard. I thought honey mustard was just a generic.
I know.
Somebody
Yeah.
was going to draft.
I did too. Au jus is not a condiment.
I
It's
don't know
got
if
it's
I
got
had
beefs in
any
it.
other- Oh, I had Worcestershire.
Oh
was lined
God, I
up.
love
Little
Worcestershire.
garlic aioli.
Let's see. I
got
had
so many things.
and I had 2 different kinds of mayo.
Gravy, bowl of gravy.
No one went mayonnaise. I got the Hellmann's.
I know, no one went
Thank God,
mayonnaise.
thank
or
God.
Duke's.
And
Thank
honestly,
God.
I'm not a mayonnaise guy.
Me neither.
But everyone went Martha.
Oh, we have a spice draft, Greg Martin. I unspiced my condiments, although I do believe they are. The spice draft will occur. And we're not talking about sporty here, although she's eligible for drafting.
Yeah,
from what I
of course,
understand.
of course. And Team Mom and
I'd take baby spice.
I knew you were going to
First
say
round.
that. Thick as a mug.
1.1.
You love a
Dipped
thick as a
in
mug
marinara.
spice. And she's all that stuff.
we will be back next Tuesday.
Please list all your spices. Greg Martin Life Cereal. Sorry, sir. All your other shit was great, but
Teriyaki,
sorry.
peanut butter. I don't know. Peanut butter does not. I mean, I do eat it as a condiment, but I consider it like. I mean, it's like bologna and cheese aren't condiments, but peanut butter's a sandwich maker.
If you can take your finger, open the jar, and take a thingy of it and eat it and put it back, it's a condiment.
It's a condiment.
to me.
Okay. Then jelly is too.
It's a finger condiment.
Mayo and salt and pepper for fries. Okay, we got you. I got you. I ketchup and mayo mix, aka fancy sauce and fries.
Spice Channel
Is my
number
favorite.
one. Horsey sauce is not bad.
No, not at
You
all.
don't get your horsey all wet.
Who is he gonna get wet?
Yeah, shout out Walter Shorty Sims.
He's been represented this evening.
As he should. He loved condiments.
We'll be back in 7 days to talk about the Monday night win over the Baltimore Ravens, snapping their
What is it?
ridiculous
What is the streak right now?
23 or 24, something like that. I don't know. It's
Break
just
it.
around the same
F them.
size as
Break
CJ
it.
Abrams' stolen base streak. It's right around the same numbers,
There we
right in there.
Bang.
We will talk to you in 7 days. Until then,
Thank you guys for your patience.
we're still at it. Let's do a little. Let's see what else the EO's got for us. He's got a. Here we go.
Teriyaki is money. Seasoning next draft is a great idea.
Ooh.
Spices. Spice/seasoning draft. Do we have a draft next week, Ken? Can we go spice seasoning? No,
think
it's
they
too
can hear
soon.
us.
It's too soon. It's
Yeah,
too
yeah,
soon.
that's
It's
right.
too soon. It's too soon. Next week we talk. No, next week we talk about Monday night.